Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Ahmed Lomoyer. On this video I'm gonna teach you how to create dynamic XML firewall services. Just click on a firewall. Once you come right here, I have two firewall services, services 1 and service 2. I want to create a third service where I route my request dynamically to one of the services. So if you open one of that, this is a service 1. All I did that I create a loopback services. On it right here I add the XSLT transformation file where I manipulate my data on this structure. Just view it. This is the structure. I will send the data, they will structure it this way, just only data on artist. Close that one, and right now I want to create a dynamic XML firewall. You click on advanced. We have ignore that one for wire. We have a type of services, a static. I already created a static. How you do it right now? This time we're gonna do dynamic. If you wanna know about the dynamic, first they'll give you a small explanation like everything. Like for the dynamic XML firewall, the server address and port number are determined by a style sheet on a policy action, style sheet or XPath or whatever rule you accept. So just click, they give you a small definition what is dynamic backend. The XML firewall identify the server by examining the request. The XML firewall can process requests and respond message using the selected policy. We create a policy where we check the content of the XPath. When that policy get matched, we will route it to that. So how will we do that? We just name it, let me name it example of dynamic. It's an example of dynamic firewall, and I'm gonna put this one as a description as well, and I will pick it as XML. So this is our, again, this is our backend. This section is our backend. What we do, we create like a dynamic firewall where sorry, I receive a call. So we just create a front end, a back end. Now we want to work on a front end. What we do, right, whatever service we create right now, we're gonna call that one. We're gonna route our requests dynamically to the one of the service 1 or service 2, which I show you right here, service 1 or service 2. So first let's create a process policy. I'm gonna pick same kind of name and just say plus, add on, click on a plus sign. And on dynamic services, we need to create client server to client to server, server to client, both of them. And first I want to create client to server. So I will say policy and say new rule. And one more thing, because usually we pick same dynamic, we want to pick same URL, because I will tell you why on a next when we get in advance. So I'm gonna pick dynamic, kind of similar URL rule, I will say, or u, and I'm gonna add the URL right now. That would be dynamic. For all three services we using a same endpoint URL, but the port number is different. I will tell you on a later on why, but right now just accept it the way it is. And dynamic, we use dynamic and apply. This URL would be for every services that I create, 3 of them. It says dynamic and apply, and done. Now we create a URL that match the dynamic only. So I want to use you see right now we use transform where we manipulate our message the way we want. Now I want to use the route. We're gonna route it to the direction we want to go based on the content. This one, just click, double click, they give you the option. They give you a 3 option. Either use the style sheet, a selected destination, or either use a variable to select destination, or use the XPath, which I doing it right now. Just create any XML type if you want. That's gonna help you a lot. Let's say I have it one. I create two of them, but let's create another one. So you click on a plus sign. Now you just name it anything. I said make mapping route mapping. You could name it anything you want. Routing map, say just map. I keep giving a mapping. We gave them that, and right now this is the name. Namespace you leave it, and we come to rule. Once you come to rule, we need to say XPath expression, remote host, and remote port number. We need to provide all three. This is optional, up to you if you use the security. Just say click. Now we need to use the XPath. Either you start it right now, like whatever it is, you could do it use the XPath, or you just I will give you a tip like how you do the shortcut. They will write it for you. For example, first time create the XML file. Right now I have a XML data. Just click on it, they would come right here. So if you want only title, like let's say I want to route a message once this title is exists. I say catalog, CD, and title. You just click right here. You see catalog, CD, and title. Once this is right here, they will route it where we want to go. But if you want to say no, I want to check it with this data, like I just want to check like if it's Empire or it is different thing. Let's say check the value. Then you said / catalog, CD, title, and normalize hyphen space dot equal to, you put it on quotation. So any title with that namespace we want to do. So let's do the Empire only. We're gonna do, if the title is Empire, what are we gonna do? Just say done. See right here, catalog, CD, title, normalize. If that is a Empire, we want to route it to the 172.17.0.2. This is the, you could put the host, remote host IP address right here, and I want to route it to the 2049. If you check, 2049 is one of the service. There's a 2051. There's a 2049. This is a service 1. We want to route it to that place. So let's go back to the and it is up to you. You want to use the TLS or not. So you must give it like, if that catalog match the title and the data has Empire, we're gonna forward the data to this services. Just say apply. Now we just create one of the, you see we create one of the XPath expression. If that match, that would go to the this route to this IP address. Let's create one another two where we want to send the data to service 2. The IP address is 50. So you just say add, and you could again either type it or just use the tools that they're gonna create it for you. And if you don't have the XML data right here, you need to upload it from right here. Choose and pick the location. I already upload this one, catalog, and I will override it because it's already there. Once it upload, they give you the option right here, but this is the wrong one. I picked the wrong one. Let's pick this one. Okay, now we give me again. I'm gonna click again on a value. Just click on a value. This time I will say if is Bolescu. If is Bolescu is done, I want to send that one again to the 172.17.0.2, and I want to send it to a 2050. This IP address is 2050. Sometime I do mistake on an IP address. So let's copy and paste. So I want to route it to right here and apply. Now if you check, we create two rule, and let's close that. We create two XPath. One, if it match Empire, that would go to this service 1. If his data is on a bar queue, that will go to service 2. So all you do, apply. Once we say apply, we came right here, we create a dynamic routing mapping. I say done. All you say done, and now you see, now we're using route. We create 2 routes, one for the service 1 and service 2. That was a client to server. We want to create another rule which would work from a server to client. You could even like put the data right here, like manipulate it back the data the way you want. Put a transformation like right here, add a transformation. When you data receive, do something to a data. There's nothing wrong with that. Usually it happens like that. You will do something on data. But right now I want to make it simple, dynamic. You could use those code and click on that. And this time I say I allow all the URL. When you allow all the URL, you check right here. If you check, see, you allow all the URL. Done and apply. Now we create 2 rules. One rule is for the client to server. Second rule is server to client. So server to client, whatever data come from the server, forwarded to the client the way it is. We don't want to do anything. You close that one. Now let's check if something left. This is a service 2. We are on a dynamic. Okay, this is the example of dynamic. We need to apply and save it. It's time off for some reason. I hope the data is safe and none. The example of dynamic. Okay, let's check if the data is there. Yeah, it is there, but still we want to make sure it is the way it is, because you come to, okay, data is there. As one is for 40, the second is for that. Close. All we do to apply. Because dynamic things, we want to pick dynamic, not so pick dynamic. We pick the dynamic policy for it, and request is a XML and response is also is XML. And we pick the, if you left it 000 IP, that would allow any type of IP. Always is a better idea, apply specific ID to it, or host name right here. So there's XML strip, and we don't do anything more than this one. You could create another, just say safe. So if you check right now, let's call the service. I want to call my service right now, the front end. They're gonna forward it based on the rule we provided together. So what we do right now, I call the 21, which is dynamic route, and for this is Empire. And since Empire, you just, they goes to Empire. When you say a blueprint, it will go to that one. So that work fine. So see you on the next video.